there are three things, there's some things at the global level, we've heard them touched upon, but if we're looking to a 2030 time frame, which if you consider what Alvin Toffler described as the accelerated pace of time, between now and 2030 is the equivalent of looking back to maybe 1950. You have to think about all the things that happened between 1950 and now, if you're looking at to what the world is going to be like in 2030, like no mobile phones and no internet. So the changes might be actually more severe in terms of technology and innovation than they have been. And we can't think about this in a linear dimension. We have to think about it in a dynamic way. We heard before, and I listened to the last speaker, talk about the increased potential in the aviation field for, and we believe this at WTO, that there is an ability through technology advances in engines and in use of carbon on the aircraft, there's a possibility to pull emissions down, everybody agrees, by 30% by 2030. But when oil is at $100 a barrel, or it's at $150 a barrel, which is where some of the experts say it's going, that's a much bigger incentive for the Wright brothers to start working on their bicycle than when it's at $30 a barrel. And that's the dynamics of change that we can look at. In the future, the three key geopolitical areas that are going to change as dramatically are China, India, and the Middle East. I don't need to say anything about them. You all know the realities. If we can get a Middle East peace, it'll give us the biggest push, and the international community is trying to do that. At the, what I'll call the industrial level, where it would affect us, it's the whole essence of the change in poverty and the possibility between now and 2030, with the Millennium Development Targets set for 2015 and steepening thereafter, it's the possibility that we might bring whole swatches of new people into the marketplace who can be part of the travel demand and travel supply scenario. Countries like Indonesia are critically important in this. The middle class in India, the incredible middle class and upper class that's going to emerge in China. These are the things which are going to change our world. And lastly, and I don't want to close this introduction without overemphasizing the importance of climate change. There is no other issue on our agenda which is in the same category of importance. Because if the scientists are right, and they are, and if Sir Nicholas Stern is right, and he is, if we don't start work on this now, i.e. next year, with measurable targets and changes in culture and changes in behavior, all of this forecasting is a waste of time. So we have to put climate in there as a change paradigm.